Hey, everybody, let's talk limitations. So, I was talking with my daughters the other day and I was just kind of having a little fun. And I said to them, yeah, the sky's the limit. And my daughter stopped me and she says, Mom, the sky's not the limit. There's so much more beyond the sky. And I thought, number one, that was super cool. And number two, it did make me reflect on that idea that what kind of limitations do we create for ourselves? Even the ones that we feel like we're stretching into the land of possibility. Can you stretch even farther? Can you expand that ceiling even more to the point where there's no ceiling? So there's some techniques that I do where we kind of go into that and this fun little exercise where you go and imagine yourself on a Ferris wheel and you're going around and around and around and then you go through the scenery of all of that. And then we share about what what was your image? What did you do? And hearing everybody's responses, you can see just how different we all think. And people get ideas on, oh, wow, yeah, I see. I could have expanded into that level of consciousness or that reality in that moment. So I say this all because in life, when we're setting our goals, when we're experiencing challenges, it's easy to sometimes set goals based on what we think is realistic. And that is a big, 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 big thing that I want to put an awareness around is to check in with yourself. Look at your goals and ask yourself if I could come from the space of knowing that I wouldn't fail, knowing that I have all the resources to accomplish the goal that I have, what would that goal look like? Not just what would it be, what would the energy involved be? The journey to get that, what would that look like? So I would encourage you to really take a look at your goals and ask yourself, can I expand that even further? Can I stretch into that land of pure possibilities? See if you can stretch even further. And then the other side of it is when we're having challenges. When we're challenged by something, that of course is when it is very easy to get caught in limitation. When we're challenged with making decisions about things, decisions that maybe we know would affect people in our lives, could have bigger consequences if we make the wrong decision. That's a time where it's easy to get caught in the conditioning of this is the way this will play out if I make this decision. This is the way this will play out if I make this decision. And yet there's so many more possibilities out there. So if you're faced with a decision right now and you're kind of feeling the contraction of that, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by that decision, if you're feeling like can only see certain possibilities, this is your opportunity to check in with yourself, to maybe go for a walk, to do some of that breath work, to experience that energy of abundance for a minute. Give yourself the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? If I make this decision, this could actually unfold in ways that I can't even imagine. Come back to that land of limitless possibility. So, a couple of keys for you to check in with yourself. Where am I limiting myself? In my goals, in the decisions I need to make, in the challenge I'm experiencing that's in front of me? Where am I seeing that there's only one or two or three possibilities of how that could play out? And then once you've kind of allowed yourself to create that space, then come back to what is it that I sense? What do I know? What do I feel? Organize yourself a little bit, take action. Come back to what do I sense? What do I know? What do I feel? All right, that's it for now, everybody. Have a wonderful day. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. I love sharing with you and I love hearing from you. So also feel free to put comments in here. What's your takeaway from what I just shared? What was the one thing that you needed to hear today? Because there may be things that you kind of like, oh yes, I know this, but you needed to hear it today. No different than when I turn on something and I watch it or I hear it or I have a conversation with a friend and I'm like, thank you. That's what I needed to hear. So I'd love to hear from you. What was it? What was it that stood out to you that's like, yeah, there's the zinger I needed? Have a beautiful day, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.